There is a lot on tap for President Biden in Washington this week. In addition to what's happening abroad, the president is also dealing with the fallout from the banking crisis.
Yeah, the president wants Congress to hold executives accountable for the failed banks, and several lawmakers are calling for new oversight and regulation. So let's bring in senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe for more on all this. But Ed, before we get to the banking, we were just talking about Putin in visiting Ukraine, occupied Ukraine, and he's got this big summit with Xi Jinping of China. I imagine the White House, I'm sure the White House is monitoring both of these events. How are they taking it in? Are they going to respond? What's going on? What are you hearing?
No formal comments so far today on the meetings that President Putin and President Xi are holding in Russia. But late last week into the weekend, they were essentially saying they saw this trip not so much as some sign of a new grand strategy or alliance between the two countries, but more of China trying to demonstrate to the world or suggest to the world that it has greater influence over the situation. You've heard a lot of talk in recent weeks, for example, about Xi trying to broker a peace agreement between Russia and Ukraine, not greeted too seriously at this White House, at least. But they will likely have more to say on it a little later today. But obviously a meeting, as you said, that they're watching closely. That visit by President Putin to Mariupol as well.
Let's turn now to the banking crisis. Senator Elizabeth Warren was on Face the Nation yesterday, where she blamed bank executives, lawmakers, regulators, including the Federal Reserve, for the current situation. Let's first take a listen to what she had to say.
The point is, right now, the Treasury Department, the Fed, all of the government regulators, the FDIC, are trying to fire on all cylinders to try to figure out what they can do to prop up these banks. And the point I was trying to make is the reason they're doing this is because this whole tranche of banks has been under-regulated for 5 years now.
Well, Ed, now, what are some real steps that Washington is taking or will take to reinforce confidence in the stability of the banking system, big, small, medium?
Right now, Congress, at least, is talking about whether or not they need to fortify the FDIC and other agencies that track the banks. There's been talk here at the White House and among Democrats of raising the deposit limit the FDIC has. You walk into a bank, you may remember they're insuring up to about $250,000 of your deposits. Warren and others suggesting maybe it needs to go as high as $10 million. Republicans haven't ruled out the idea of raising it, but they're concerned about exactly how much and whether that would mean that bigger banks essentially are in better shape than smaller regional ones like the two that failed. There's also been a lot of discussion about whether or not the regulators themselves, the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, the person overseeing the San Francisco Federal Reserve Bank, need to be held to account for taking it a little too easy and perhaps not raising flags sooner about the situation with Silicon Valley Bank and not regulating these other banks well enough. And the president now is also calling on Congress to hold bank executives more personally accountable should something like this happen again. In essence, putting it on those bosses and holding them financially and otherwise personally accountable if it happens. They would lose their money and their stock options were this to happen under his proposal. The FDIC would be able to block them from ever getting another job in the banking industry if their bank is seized. The idea here being that those guys that run these banks should be more accountable, should understand that there are consequences if they let this happen and that the federal government isn't necessarily going to be there to rescue them.
And Ed, I was just trying to learn some more about the news we got this morning. Just a few hours ago, in fact, an American who had been wrongfully detained in the West African country of Niger, was there for 6 years, more than 6 years, has been released. What do you know? What have you heard about this hostage? And do we know anything about the circumstances around his release?
We know Jeff Woodkey had been detained since about October 2016. He's described as a missionary and somebody who had been working in that country for quite some time before he was taken hostage by essentially an offshoot of al-Qaeda. His release comes just a few days after Secretary of State Antony Blinken was in Niger to talk to leaders there. The U.S. admitting now that, yes, it did come up in his conversations while he was in the country, though they didn't reveal that at the time just a few days ago. His release also comes as a French journalist who was held in the same area of Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso was also released this morning. The White House, the Biden administration, giving credit to the French for negotiating the release of these two hostages. Remember, there are dozens of Americans held, what the U.S. calls wrongfully detained around the world in places like Russia, Iran, Syria, China, and elsewhere. And the State Department continues working on their release every day. At least that's what they tell us. So today is a good day for those that are trying to get Americans back.
Thank you, France.
Ed O'Keefe, thank you very much.
Take care.